Hi, so we're here, and I know that a lot of people probably don't know the proper way to iron their shirt. And Jonathan here is going to be showing you exactly how to do it. So take it away.
Well, first step is you need a shirt. Today we're going to be ironing a button-down dress shirt. What you do is you start with the collar. So here we go. I'm going to turn it so that it's right side out, and I'm going to be ironing the inside of the collar first. Lay it down flat, take your iron, press down, give it a few nice sweeps. Next, you're going to turn it around, so they're going to be ironing the other side. Next step, you need to iron the yoke. The yoke is the back part of the shirt that is connected to the shoulders and is going to be connected to the back placket, or the back pleat, if you will. Start with one shoulder at a time. Take your iron and iron across the one shoulder. And then do the other shoulder. Going slow so you can see it, but once you get good at this, you'll be going a lot faster. Great. Now the next thing you want to do is iron the back pleat. The back pleat is this section right here, where it's stitched together. It forms this little kind of accordion-like thing. The secret with this is you have to use this side of the ironing board with the nose on it. You're going to be ironing some pleats into the pleat. So here's how you do it. Start from the bottom and go up. Press down, get the steam going. You always want to use steam. There. Perfect. Now you're ready to do the back. The secret is small sections at a time. You can't do everything at once. So for right now, I'm just going to be focusing on the left-hand side of the back. And now I'm going to do the middle of the back. Probably the easiest part. And then the right hand side of it. See how you're getting it nice and tight before you iron. Now it's time to do the sleeves. This may be the most difficult part. What you have to do first is you have to find the seam that runs along the underneath part of the arm, of the sleeve. You're going to take the seam, you're going to fold it so that it faces towards the back. Get it very flat first. and then iron. You're going to give yourself a nice crease along the top. Now the rest of the sleeves. Just work along lightly. You're going to want to have the steam do most of the job. Now you can do the sleeves, you can do the cuffs rather, any number of different ways. I'm just going to do the easiest way. That's to unbutton everything from here, then lay it flat, and then iron the cuff. Just flatten it out. Iron it all up this way. Do it from the back too. There, that's the easiest way to do your cuff. And we're going to do the other sleeve. Remember that seam along the bottom? I'm going to fold that along again so that the crease has the seam facing behind you. You can see how I'm taking the shoulder, putting it along the curved part of the board. It's going to lay nice and flat like that. This is why you need to be able to use the entire length of the board. And if you're ironing along and all of a sudden you find yourself ironing wrinkles into the shirt, that's when you need to move the shirt so that you can get things to lay flat again. Like I started to do here, I started to inadvertently iron wrinkles back into the shirt. So I'm going to take this area, make sure I get it nice and flat. You see, I'm barely even touching the shirt, letting the steam do most of the work. And here we go with the cuff one more time. I'm going to take the cuff, I'm going to turn it inside out. I'll lay it flat. There's your cuff. Now we're going to do the sides of the shirt. This is really easy. And if you do one side at a time and then you switch to the other side of the shirt, you'll always know where you are. You won't forget what you've ironed already. Alright. Now all we have left to do is the front of the shirt. So we're going to start with the right hand side. I'm going to start the side where the buttons are. I'm going to turn the buttons so that they're facing down. The shirt is almost inside out at this point. I'm going to start in the middle and work my way over where the buttons are. And since the buttons are on the bottom, the buttons are simply going to be compressed into the foam of the ironing board. Now, if you want, you can take it around and iron the front too, if you think it gives you that extra crisp look. And then you iron around the buttons. You never want to put the iron directly on top of the buttons that are exposed, because the buttons are usually plastic and you'll risk breaking them Alright, so that's one half of the front. The other half of the front. This next part is called the placket, and you can see that there are a number of layers that are in this. It's more than one layer of cloth that's woven on top of itself. So you're definitely going to want to iron the front as well as the back, so you can make sure that you penetrate both layers of the cloth. I'm going to go ahead and start with the front. The front placket. With my left hand, I'm pulling the front placket tight so that I'm getting it as flat as I possibly can. You'll find that cotton, particularly cotton that is not non-iron, regular cotton, you're going to want to have the highest setting possible on your iron, and you're going to have a lot of steam too. Alright, so this is where you're going to do one final spot check on your shirt to see if there are any wrinkles that you might have missed. Just put it on a hanger and you should be able to see if you've missed anything. Let's say for the most part, the shirt is just fine. I might touch it up a little here and there, but keep in mind, most of the shirt is actually going to be covered by your blazer or by your suit jacket, so no one's going to see most of those wrinkles anyway. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next week when we'll be ironing pants.